Welcome to another episode of the Married Game Podcast. We are the voice you trust when it comes to lust, and we are who you hire when she lacks desire. When you hear a bump in the night and you think it's a robber, after sex the other day, Jesse asked me, be sure to wash off that slobber.
You're sick. You're a sick fuck, aren't you?
You're a sick son of a bitch, aren't you?
I can't.
Okay, two things happened that have never happened around a blowjob in my life, happened just this Saturday, and I have to announce it to the world. Number one, Jesse Joy. You came in for our time.
Scared.
You should be scared. You should be scared.
My mouth hurts.
I said, hey, I'm ready for and you looked at me and you go, I need to go brush my teeth. I never have a girl say that when I'm about ready to get head.
It's in the morning.
And you go, well, I get it. And I was like, wow, this girl is on it. And then when I'm coming out of the shower, you said, hey, did you wipe off all that slobber? Those are two statements I've never heard around that
I said, get your ass in there and wipe off all that slobber.
Oh my God, Jess.
That's what I really
You
said.
are a champ and you are you're the best.
Thanks.
So what are we talking about today? Steve Jobs? No.
Oh my God.
Blowjobs. Let's get into it. No, all right.
Your espresso shot is really kicking
My
in.
espresso shot, my testosterone
there
shot.
It is.
I am excited about today for a couple of reasons. Number one, not the least of which is the stories we keep hearing from men that are just applying what we teach them. And it is so powerful and so fun to read. We had a guy, he said, man, I've been working on this for 14 years and just reading your book has illuminated and opened up so many things that I've never heard of. We even had a guy that signed up yesterday. He's already been a part of 2 coaching groups. He goes, I look like a mad scientist in my room. His wife just served him divorce papers.
Yeah.
And he goes, I got notes everywhere. I've got it all out.
It's awesome.
But there were some things he was missing. I was like,
Obviously.
yeah, it's like you need this and this. Are you not seeing this? And he texted me this morning. He goes, "Holy shit! Like it's all in here. This is. I was looking for all of this, and here's what I want to say as far as a concept that I don't think a lot of people are understanding how valuable this is, and it's the concept of this. And this is what I shared with him, and I said." Most men, when they lose their wife, they're afraid of their wife meeting somebody else. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to lose their opportunity forever.
Right.
That's what I thought. Mm-hmm. Until I came across that one statistic that said that 3% of rebounds stay, 97% of them do not. Mm-hmm. Which means that the first person your gal meets after she leaves you, there's a 97% chance she's not going to be with him. Mm-hmm. So therefore, as they say in the Hunger Games, may the odds ever be in your favor.
Ooh, good.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. So I said, he goes, I'm just so afraid of her meeting. I said, what if we could eliminate the fear? And he goes, what are you talking about? I said, well, what would eliminate the fear? He goes, I don't know. I said, what if you knew that her meeting another guy would actually be in your best interest? Mm-hmm. Would you still be afraid of it then? He goes, no. I go, well, that's step one. And he goes, oh shit. I said, the feeling you're looking for is a feeling of relief, a feeling of goodness, a feeling of wholeness, a feeling of fulfillment and satisfaction. You think you're going to get that by her. You're not. You're going to think you're going to get that if she doesn't find somebody else, so that you're lucky enough to where you're the only one she can pick left. This is faulty thinking. Mm-hmm. Hoping you're the last pick that she finally picks is the worst. In fact, that's what most guys struggle with when they get their girl back. They go, is she just settling? Mm-hmm. Why did she come back? What's the deal? And unless you have built a rock solid evidence and defense in your mind for, I'm a great fucking pick. If anybody chooses me, I'm a great pick. You're going to always be left on the shaking sand of somebody else's confidence and somebody else's pick, and it's a horrible place to be. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're doing to men, returning that power back to them and go, guy, why would you want a human being that doesn't want you?
Yep.
How fucked up are you in your head that you would beg somebody to take you that doesn't want you, rather than go become the guy that she can't resist?
Mm-hmm. I love talking to men in that state.
You do.
I do, because I know what they're going through. And they're just like, I need anything, help me, please. Like they're just, desperate at that point.
Yeah.
And then to calm them down, to give them statistics and all those, empowering statements you could give him.
It's so exciting because I said, I'm going to put you in touch with 5 or 6 guys immediately that have been through the process and actually chose to go through with a divorce. Mm-hmm. And their lives on the other side of it are like milk and honey. Mm-hmm. They send me Voxers all the time. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, thank you. So it's special. But what did you learn about blowjobs this weekend, Jesse Joy?
Just to put a bow on that, circle back around. I actually, so my week, this past week, you were asking me to do like a lot of things for you, more out of the norm. Mm-hmm. And
like normal things like my lunch and different stuff.
Bring you food, or your jujitsu outfit, like you know, things that you forget or whatever, like can you bring it over? And the answer was yes. Mm-hmm. In my heart, in my mind, I was like, ugh, and I'm sure every woman feels this.
What's that?
At times you're like...
About jiu-jitsu or the blowjob?
No, to bring you things, to do the extra things for you all the time. Is like, I just sat down. I'm about to eat. Like, my routine is set and you were asking me to do a lot of things. And I would just text you yes or a thumbs up or no problem, of course. And it was teaching me to be more of a team player. Like, why am I set in my ways? Like, I can go do that for you. So I was like, yeah. So you asked me, can you give me a blowjob, whatever. It was early in the morning and I don't, like doing tricks in the morning is not the funnest thing, right? So I was like, and all these things, it's true, like whatever.
It's so funny. Tricks.
All these tricks in the morning. I just was like, in my mind, I was like, I haven't brushed my teeth. I literally just woke up. And so I go, yeah, let me go brush my teeth. Yeah. So it's just being a yes man. And you were so happy about it that I would have done that 10 times over because you loved it. Mm-hmm. We kept talking about it. So it was like the after feeling. It was so fun.
Yeah. Well, because I don't really desire those very often. Yeah. So it was kind of like, hey, when I want, I'm like, hey, what's up? And you're like, yeah. And so why would I be like, it's the morning? Like, that's so my first reaction always is like negative in my mind. I'm like, it's fucking morning. I haven't brushed my teeth. Like, you want me to do all these tricks at 6 o'clock in the morning? Like, and I just was like, yeah. Yeah. No problem. Yeah. Yeah. Brush my teeth. So and what was the principle that you learned from this?
To be yes man, team player, say yes. Like I want to show up as my best self. Yeah. Wife to you, not just to Jovi, not just for myself.
What context do you need to be in to think that?
I'm always striving to be my best. Mm-hmm. At times my first reaction will come out, PMS or just not had a good day. So then I'm like, that's not right. Don't be like that. So I have to regroup myself and be like, no, be a team player. Like, but be always a yes man.
Could I have asked you that 9 years ago and you have the same response?
Nah. I would have tried to get out of it nicely. Mm-hmm. Like, it's the morning.
The reason I'm saying this is because the context matters. Mm-hmm. Because even when you're like, oh, I just woke up, it's 6:27. Yeah. I still got morning breath. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, I'll do that. Of course. Yeah. When a guy hears that's listening, there's a high likelihood where he will go, his next thought in his brain is, I wish I had a Jesse.
Oh, but you do all the things for me and for life and for yourself where I can't be like, no. I don't want to be like, no.
There you go.
I want to say yes. Mm-hmm. I feel like, no, fuck, that guy deserves all the yeses I can give him.
But sometimes you still go, no.
Yeah, because I'm selfish.
I got morning. Yeah, exactly.
So, and I'm like, nah. In the past, I would have been like, I would have tried to get out of it because, like, you don't deserve it, I feel like. Right now, like, you do all the things. So I'm like, well, no, like,
do all the things is one thing, which is, I'm cool with that. But that can also be checklisty. Is it, did I do all the things or do I make you feel all the things?
Well, feel and do, but you will do all the things for yourself, for life. Then it's for all of us. That's what I mean by do all the things. Like, you still do the things for yourself too. You go to the gym, you want to eat right, you want to be the best self for you. So that's part of all the things in my mind.
Got it. Yeah.
You're the best dad. So you come home, you're trying, So that's all the things. I mean, that's what I mean by all the things.
So it's effort. You see, we have to tell that story. Remember that story when we were getting back together and we hired that guy? I feel like he was from Ireland or something, maybe Scotland.
On the computer guy?
Yeah. Oh. And dude, he was a part of our project. We have to find that motherfucker.
Yeah, the program that we used.
We have to find that guy.
God, that was difficult. I just remember being
but let me tell the
so
story.
difficult.
Bro, you didn't want to be there.
No, and I was there and I was back,
there.
but like.
So he said this. This is the funniest story ever.
It's like giving you a hug when I'm mad at you. That's exactly what I can put it to. When I'm mad at you and you're like, give me a hug, I'm like, no, don't. Like, you're selfish. Like, I need a time, but like all these negative things come at you, and I fight it to the death. And you're like, bring it in.
Get over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ugh, like, don't even touch me.
Guy right now.
Yeah. So doing that program when I was still like mad at you and you weren't getting things, not deserving of like a lot of things. So sitting there doing that program, I was like, fuck, I fucking hate this.
Okay. I want to pause you for a second because I want to define deserving for these guys because I know what you mean.
Well, like I said, you weren't doing all the things.
Yeah. So it's like, a guy, I'm going to go what a guy is thinking right now. Okay. A guy's thinking, oh shit. So like, what does it mean to be deserving? How do I deserve these things? And then why do you get to determine whether I deserve it or don't deserve it?
Yeah.
Who determines who deserves it? Blah, blah, blah. So will you answer that and then I want to answer that? Or do you want me to just jump in and say it?
Well, tell me what a guy would try to jump to do all the things and then tell me what he should really do.
Okay.
The fake do all the things.
Yeah. Okay. The faux show.
Yeah. It's like doing all the things to get something.
What does it mean for him to deserve it is where I think a deservedness, what you're trying to define, which is the right word, but it's just, I mean, deservedness can mean a million fucking things.
It means all the things. It's vague, pretty vague.
So to where you go, oh my God, I may not have an oral fixation to have something in my mouth, but I do have a heart fixation to please this man who I love. Not for any other reason than, look, he shows up in all these ways. He's not perfect, but he really shows up.
All the ways.
So it makes you
and
go,
I feel it and know it.
I want to reciprocate.
Yes.
I want to be a mirror reflecting back to him as he's modeling these things for me. I only emphasize that because I've been listening to people talk when I see a happy couple, and the temptation for every dude, because this is how I was raised by my dad, was to go, if I had her, boy, life would be easy. And I know I talk about this a lot, but it's that same lie that is so, it just pops up in a new fucking camouflage.
It's your own head doing it to you.
It's all your own head doing it to you. And when a guy feels like he deserves it, he lays in bed on a Saturday morning, and when his beautiful naked wife walks in and he's sitting there going, hey, why don't you give me a blowjob? I wasn't nervous for 1/2 a second.
Yeah. No, why would you?
Because a lot of men are, because they don't actually feel inside that they're hoping to get lucky. All these phrases come back from one core issue, and that a man is, he doesn't actually deserve, he doesn't believe he deserves all this. And the only reason he doesn't believe he deserves it is because he hasn't put in the work to where he goes, well, and if for some reason you go, oh, my, you know what I mean, my retainer got stuck. I don't know whatever the thing would be. Is it, no big deal. We'll just let's just have sex, like whatever. So it's these
if a
things.
man feels that he doesn't deserve it, then maybe he doesn't. And the confidence within himself that you haven't been doing all the things. Yeah. All the things, meaning being the best self you can be. Yeah.
This is all brand new stuff for a man's ears who thinks, I produce, I provide, I protect, where's my pussy? He actually thinks he deserves it because of these things. What we help guys see is go, whoa, you're not deserving because you just do one or two things. In fact, I don't even think that necessarily sex is this treat that you get for being a good boy. But what you say you want, which is what every guy wants, is you want your gal to desire you, to want you. If you actually want to create that, you have to create this container where she goes, dude, this guy is the best fucking guy ever. He deserves to have his dick sucked any way he wants it because this guy's fucking great. I didn't understand that. And so I would go searching in my brain, well, who is worthy enough to come do this? Not realizing I wasn't even in the fucking game. I was up in the nosebleed seats eating a fucking corn dog and some fucking potato chips,
for sure.
Drinking a soda pop going, hey, why didn't that guy make that pass? And it's like, bro, you're not even on the field. You haven't played in the fucking game forever. You don't even have cleats. What are you talking about? this is the delusion that men go through. And so this is why I loved first of all, I loved all the experience that we had this weekend.
Yeah.
But I love that you even came out, you're like, wait a second, dude, this is a good ass fucking dude. Why wouldn't I just say yes to anything the guy wants? Yeah, it's pretty powerful. And I think hopeful.
And I think a lot of it, I took a lot in reflection of me. What was I doing?
Yeah.
How can I show up better?
Yeah.
Because you show up better. Mm-hmm. So it makes me want to say yes, be a yes man.
Yeah.
All the time. And it's like once you start being the way you are, it's like, how can I outlove you? Mm-hmm. That's how good it gets. Mm. Your face. Mm-hmm.
It's real. I'm happy. I'm a happy fucking dude.
Big old cheese.
That's right. That's right. Well, we've got another segment due to our amazing fucking producer, number 34, Jordan Manning. Mm-hmm. Now coming in, number 34, Jordan Manning. He's got us with a new segment, and this segment is simply called Mythbusters. You ready to bust some myths?
Yes, I am.
I can't.
Yes.
I can't.
Yes.
Yes, man.
I'm a yes man.
Oh, you and Jim Carrey.
Oh, I love that movie.
It is so funny. Red Bull? I love Red Bull. I think this is one of those topics where there's so much myth. And the reason there's so much myth in relationships is because I believe there's a lot of nuance. So one guy can be like, I want this, and his wife goes, you're deserving of it. Mm. But he might have a very low standard, and she might have a very low expectation. Whereas you stick that same dude in a different situation, and he's fucking iced out. So there's nuance to a lot of this. A guy does the thing, but his energy doesn't know why he does it, and she can feel he's not quite sure. Let me give you a really good example. Mm-hmm. Here's a really good example. A guy came into came into our program here recently, and he goes, my wife says she wishes I would open up more.
Okay.
And I said, she means the exact opposite. He goes, what are you talking about? I go, bro, your wife doesn't want to hear you talk.
Well, okay, go on.
Your wife wants you to be a better conversationalist so she can talk. So
pretty sure she wants to hear him, but yes, that...
What's our ratio of talking to listening?
I definitely talk more.
Give me a number, girl.
Out of 100, 75% of the time I'm talking more.
Okay, so you
say... No. That changes between us.
Well, tell us the number.
And I like to hear you're not wrong, but... You're not wrong. But I like to hear...
I think it's 80-20, but I'll take 75-25.
No, sometimes on our walks, you talk the entire time.
When you're listening and learning.
You have a lot to say.
Yeah.
And
good shit. Tell them how good it is.
No, it's so good. It's so good.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Oh my God, it's so good. I like to hear where your thoughts and where you're at. So I'm sympathetic about where you're at. Mm-hmm. So say if you're having a hard time or you're frustrated about something, mm-hmm. and if you didn't tell me and you were just kind of being a dick, mm-hmm. like I would mirror you and react to your reaction.
Sure.
But if you're like, I've had a really hard week, I've been dealing with this or trying to get rid of this childhood this or that, I'm like, oh, I'm sympathetic towards it. Mm-hmm. When I know where you're at.
But when we're talking, so other than just me working through my shit, I'm going,
75% of the time I'm talking.
Okay. All right. I was going to say 80-20.
I can see why she would say that, to the open up thing.
I wish you would open up more, she says.
Probably so she can open up too, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, that's
I said,
true.
have you been through How to Become a Great Conversationalist module? He goes, literally, it's next. I said,
literally, you should stop what he's doing. And
that's going to be the module for you to learn how to actually, what she's saying, because women will say the opposite of what they actually want. I don't think it's because they're dumb. I don't think they're stupid. I think they're...
Or manipulating you.
I think they're brilliant, wonderful, intelligent, really crafty creatures, mm-hmm. In the best way possible. But what she's saying is, I would like to have an open dialogue where I can share my truth, you can share yours, we can feel good, and we can feel connected.
Yes.
But what does she say? I wish you would open up more. And what she's saying is, I wish you were a better conversationalist so you could get me to open up.
Right.
I wish I could get down to this stuff.
So true.
I wish I could release all this inner bullshit inside of me.
And you will take it well, receive it, and we can move on from it, right? I wish we can go through all these emotions and be better because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I wish you could be my emotional rock that I could share anything with, and you wouldn't be all worried that I'm coming against you, but you just listen and take it, and you would receive, and you would... I always tell people, I said, hey man, if you were to have to go into a fist fight, a grown adult man, if you had to fist fight a 5-year-old, how much psyched up would you have to be? How worked up? How would you need to be? What's your theme song? What's your walkout song to fucking fight a 5-year-old? They're like, it's not. I go, that is the energy that should happen. Anybody brings on the bench, he's like, interesting.
Yeah.
I walked in here hotter than a hornet because of fucking some dumb mic stand that was bothering my mind, and I needed a 2-minute like fucking timeout. Send me to the fucking penalty box. Look at my fucking skates and my stick and go, all right, you're still up 17-1 in the first quarter. Do you want to chill out? It's like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. But ultimately, the people listening like, he's never played hockey in his life if he thinks that's even a normal score. Bro, I grew up in India playing cricket. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you did not.
Do you even know what cricket is?
Vaguely.
Yeah, it's an Indian game. Anyhow,
okay.
That being said, this is what she wants to be able. So, woman, I wish you were more open, and she's saying, I wish you could open me up more. And this is what a man, I think, needs to understand. Is like, wait a second, this lady is looking for masculine energy that she can actually run to
and connect to.
Yeah, I did. Let's talk about how horrible of a job I did this yesterday.
What? Oh, yeah. Tell him. No, I want to hear your side first.
It's real simple.
Yep.
You shared some things with me. There was 3 context things that I realized I violated that I should not have done, and I won't do them again. Number 1, I get really high when I go to jiu-jitsu.
I'm so glad you started with that.
I'll start with it because
because you're high as balls right now.
Yep. I said that doesn't hurt. That doesn't hurt.
Yep.
So I was high as balls because I like getting high when I do jiu-jitsu. But this last 3 sessions we've been adding striking. So we've been doing the full MMA thing, and I get in a real zone. I get high. I get very aggressive, like super aggressive, and I'm not real super empathetic in that time. So I was right after class. I'm driving home thinking about certain things that we were doing.
And I called you driving home.
And I was excited to hear what's going on, but you weren't going to get a super empathetic Keith. You were going to get I just worked on a fucking combos on how to get a man to flinch so I can take him down with a fucking snatch single and then get him down to and then armbar him.
So I want to say I
was just in a total different mode. And but here's what I want to say though. In the middle of it, I go, I'm not being a very good listener, and I want to apologize right now for this. I recognized it right off the bat.
Well, I shared with you first. I was sharing my heart about something that was bothering me, and I had to work through it because it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then I was sharing with you, and you're like, your comments were something like, well, yep, whatever's best for Jovi, or that's life, you know, and you just gotta then one more other thing, and I was like, okay, you just swept what I was like, just listen. Just listen. I was like, I'm sharing something that I'm frustrated with. I know it's not going to change, but I just want you to hear me. And you're like,
I was
sorry about that. You're right. I had to show you back the comments that you made, and you're like, oh shit. I was like, stop sweeping under the rug.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, put the fucking broom away, Yaki.
Yeah.
But I never call you. I never talk to hardly anybody after jiu-jitsu.
I just wanted to share my frustrations.
I'm glad you did. But that's a perfect example, even as somebody who's actually really good at this. I was in the wrong context, and I was like, oh, you're going to be fine. Oh, dude, that's an investment. That's not
I was like, stop it.
And I'm like, what are you doing? And in the midst of it, because you're like, okay, I guess I can't talk to you. So you didn't. I already knew. And I'm like, I know this is me fucking.
You're high as balls right now.
I'm doing that thing again, aren't I?
Yeah.
And
then I came home and that was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
But that would have been a big fucking thing in the past.
I would have not talked to you for days.
Which is so. And everybody listening is like, oh God, we've had those arguments.
Yeah.
But here's what's really interesting. I realized it actually. I learned a lot from that experience. And what I learned was, first of all, just say sorry. You're not performing. This is not what you want to model at all. You wouldn't model this for fucking anybody, except you're modeling it to your wife right now.
Yeah.
A, number 1. B, it also reminded me, Keith, if Jesse doesn't respond to you the way you want sometimes, you don't have to get butthurt at all. You can literally just chalk it up oh, she's having a moment. And be done with it. Most guys are like, why is it my wife doing that? And she's always, and then they take it to this huge extreme.
That's us in the past.
Me, you, us.
Yes.
And every damn listener on this show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that for me was the biggest lesson. Like, just give her grace when she says some stupid shit that you don't like, because you just said the stupidest shit for like 20 minutes driving home from jiu-jitsu and just swept her shit under the rug.
Yeah.
Like you, and I knew it as I was doing it. But I was just like, I was in my corner. I was about ready to go out and do another round with fucking Coach Adam. You know what I mean? So it really made me actually realize, first of all, wow, she was really super gracious. She handled that just fine. I know it was frustrating.
Well, because like the first one you said, I was like, let's let it go. And then I continued to talk. Second one, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. You know, then third one, I was like, okay, stop. Like,
all right, my guy.
That's enough. Yeah.
So you want to?
So I think I give you a lot of grace as well. I think that actually, I think that is necessary for a relationship, because we're going to not be in our right mind all the time.
Exactly.
We're not perfect.
But for some reason, we expect other people to be. Mm-hmm. Which is, we had something happen with the car that's being delivered in a couple of days, and the thing was a little off. And at first, I was like frustrated. I was like, wait a second, my guy. It's such a simple fix. If it takes an extra day or two, who fucking cares? Right. Who fucking cares? Yeah.
That's what I was saying, and then I was like, oh, let him vent.
Do you know what Darth Vader and Darth Maul are called in Star Wars? They're called Siths.
Right over my head.
Well, that's okay, because now it's time to bust some myths.
Oh my God.
Here we go. First myth.
Can't with you.
You should never go to bed angry. Sometimes sleeping on it and revisiting the issue with a clear mind is the best move. Myth or fact?
Oh, well, you said the second line, which confused me, but it's a myth, because I like to go to bed angry.
You should never go to bed angry.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like to go to bed angry.
That's a myth?
Yes, myth.
Why?
Because when I wake up in the morning, I have a different perspective, and I'm not as mad, and I'm refreshed about the conversation, and I come to the table clear-headed, say my point, and move on.
Yeah. Why do you think everybody says, don't go to bed angry?
In case we die. And that's just what do you say? Like a scarcity mindset of thinking day to day. Yes, I don't want you to die, but we know we love each other. So if we're mad about something, we're just mad about something.
Yeah.
It's not extreme. So they say don't go to bed angry in case you die or something happens to you in the day or whatever. And that's the last thing you said to him. But I think that comes from such a scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
I'd rather talk to you nicer and not say some mean things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, I go to bed angry.
I am not quite sure what the obsession with this stupid phrase is, but I know it's in the Bible, and it says, "Do not let the sun go down on your wrath."
Oh, so that's probably where it came from, obviously.
Yeah. Exactly.
And how do you feel about it?
I think that as much as you can be at peace with somebody and just like, I don't think you should yell at somebody before you go to bed and fuck you, I hate you, and blah, blah, blah,
right.
I think
don't think that should be happening anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's what the how do I want to say this best? Don't go to bed angry is one of those myths that people grab onto, never ask why, and then repreach. And then when you ask them, well, tell me, why is it more important for you to, in the heat of the moment, try and fix it before you go to bed? Why is that better than just going to bed and waking up on a fresh new way of looking at it? Why is that more advantageous? Like, in a practical point, other than if you die, you're going to be like, oh my God, I wish I would have told them I loved them, and I was really fucking pissed off about the burnt lasagna. Like, I wish I could have said that. And that seems like such a that's the thing that you're going to continue to keep arguing for. That just seems ridiculous. So I think it's a myth. I think what a better thing is what you and I do, which is, hey, I'm going to need some time to think about this. I need to gather my stuff, so I'm not Well, we don't yell at each other.
No, but I get hot.
I do too.
And really, like, I need a moment.
Let me go process
I'm getting really
this.
mad right now, so I need to walk away.
Exactly.
That's what I say.
Yeah, so I just think it's something that they quote from the Bible, and they go, it's in the Bible, so it's got to be good. And it's like, all right, the Bible says don't get tattoos either, so.
Ooh.
Yeah, but
next.
Yeah, here we go. Sorry, Manning. Myth or fact? Once trust is broken, it can never be rebuilt.
Myth.
Tell me why.
Because people can learn a lesson and be like, I never want to do that again. That hurt me. It hurt you. You know, and then you can rebuild from this. Like cheating, right? For example, like I don't think once a cheater, always a cheater.
Yeah.
I think you can move on from a situation.
Yeah.
I love second chances, maybe third, but that's max. I think because we're human, that's not fair to hold someone and be like, you're never going to hurt me. Like, you know, we're human.
Yeah. I probably tend to lean towards what you're saying. Yeah. I think this is thrown around. I don't know how to not get deep on these because I want to like think of the nuance of the different thing, because I think in reality that if somebody cheats on you, the first step is to go, okay, first of all, that hurts. Nobody likes their trust being broken. But don't you want to pause and just consider for a second, what role did you play in that? Like at all? Most people don't. The other thing is they'll take this type of thing and can trust be rebuilt, and they'll make it over very, very petty things. Like, remember that one time at the game where you did this to me? It's like, and I was in a bad mood. So do you think I'm not going to be that way forever?
Yeah.
So I think that there's, I want to get to the real core of the issue of the question is not so much do I think you can build retrust? I absolutely think you can. The history is replete with stories over and over and over again of second chances and people redeeming themselves. And I think redemption is one of the greatest things about life. Why we do what we do is there's a redemption in our story of it. All the bad shit we went through, we're redeeming it by helping other people get all the good shit that we've now gotten.
Exactly.
Right? So there's redemption in that. So I think that redemption's radical. But what I think the core issue is a lot of people are so desperate to have people around them that they will accept people in their life that they shouldn't. I know it's kind of the opposite answer of what we're answering on this.
But I love gray. Not everything's black and white.
Yeah, well, it's the fact that some people can go, I can see you made a mistake, and I have enough judgment to realize that in you as a human being that's not going to happen again, and so I'm willing to put myself back out there. Another person is so insecure in who they are that this betrayal and trust shakes them so much because they never really found themselves to begin with, and so they don't have a real solid foundation. So can it happen? Yes, in the purity of what we're talking about. Do I think most people can do it? Absolutely fucking not. I think people are too weak, too insecure, and too needy for other people's opinion and approval for them to be able to pull that off. So
I like it.
I think a lot of people would say, you can't rebuild it. But you look at their life in reality, and you wouldn't want to be a part of what they built to begin with anyway. So that's my take.
I like it. True. Next.
Number 3, it's better to stay together for the kids. Is it better to stay together even if that means you are miserable? Myth or fact?
That's a fact. Don't stay together just for the kids.
Well, this one says it's better to stay together for the kids.
Then no. Myth.
Myth.
Don't stay together for the kids. Because if you're unhappy, you're going to give that to them. Don't do that.
Where do you think this stay together for the kids thing came from?
The Bible originally, I guess. You're not ever supposed to divorce, right? But then the kids want their family together. So like, oh, we'll wait till they graduate high school, or we'll wait. But if you're miserable, that they know that. They can see that.
Yeah.
That's sad.
It's better to stay together for the kids. I think that's also a myth. I think this particular answer, it's better to stay together for the kids, is built and simply the fruit of a society that is fake.
Oof. Nobody wants to be fake or around people who are fake.
I'm only going to stay legally obligated to pretend like we're married so we can hide the lie that you and I can't get together and can't be married and can't flow. We're going to lie to these 3 kids until they're 18. Where do we get that arbitrary number? I don't know. 18 until they're kids, and then they move out. Why do kids move out? You notice almost every other culture, not every, but 80% of the cultures, the families all stay together and they just build another fucking root. They just keep it. You go to the Middle East and all the houses have rebar and shit hanging out the top. Why? Oh, my 3-year-old son, that's where he's going to live when he fucking gets there in 15 years or 18 years or whatever, and he's going to have a wife and kids, and we're going to have 3 generations stacked on top of each other, so we can all hang out. No shit.
That's a dream.
But we're out here in fucking McMansionville, where you have 3 people living in 6,000 square foot houses. They don't know their fucking neighbor. They don't even know each other. The kid's being raised by a fucking iPad, and like, we're going to stay together for the kids. Why? Why? So you don't have to be ashamed in front of the culture that will shame you for stepping in your truth and go, no, I was 18, I married the wrong fucking human being. Why did you marry the wrong human being? Because I wasn't taught how to actually be a fucking man by these fucking idiots. And I got poured all this indoctrination here, and now I'm such a shell of a mask of a fucking man that I don't want to be shamed by you guys who are just as fucking fake. This, my friend, is a problem with a society that wears masks, that are afraid to be who the fuck they really are, and go, you know what? I don't know what I was thinking at 18 when I married you, but first of all, I'm not physically attracted to you. The fucking sound of your voice annoys the shit out of me. You have no fucking standards about where you want to go in life, and because I have 2 kids with you, because we had sex and you got pregnant, I'm going to be together with you for the rest of my fucking life? Are you fucking kidding me? So that we can pretend to these 2 kids that we have something we don't actually fucking have? Fuck off. That's what I believe about that.
I love that. Round of applause, actually. I love the passion on that one.
Yeah, it's real. Now, for those of us editing at home, I threw card number 6 when I should have thrown card number 3. So is there any chance I can get card number 6 back? All right, here we go.
There we go.
Number 4, if your partner isn't initiating sex, they're not attracted to you. Myth or fact?
If they're not initiating, well, it depends on what kind of attractive too, right?
If your partner isn't initiating sex, they're not attracted to you. Myth or fact?
Fact.
Fact. But I feel like you want to put an asterisk on it.
I always do. I always want to explain myself.
Okay.
It's never just like yes or no. Like yes.
Okay. Say it.
It's because what kind of they could be physically attracted to you. What if you're still hot as shit, but you're just like, your attitude about life and your attitude about trying with her is just disgusting. Like, no, and then I'm not attracted to you. Or you could just be like, you're fat as fuck. Like, I can't get around your belly. It's so gross. Like, so yeah. And why aren't they initiating? Those are the reasons. You got to figure out why.
Yeah.
So attracted to you depends on which way. But like, yeah, obviously, if you're not initiating, you're not a somewhat of attractive.
Got it.
Can I get your passion on this?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. If your partner isn't initiating sex, they're not attracted to you. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
So you made a differentiation between physical attraction. Wow, that's a good looking meat suit, versus actual like attraction of being pulled into somebody and going, wow, I want to be in their aura, I want to be in their mix, right? So if she stopped initiating, so I believe this is also a fact, and here's my caveats. There could be some.
It said your partner, so
your partner
it could be man or woman, which way?
Okay, got it.
So I was vague about it because it said
I'm always thinking about guys because that's who listen to the show. If your partner isn't initiating sex, they're not attracted to you. So let's just assume man and wife.
Okay, for now.
Wife not initiating sex. Could be a number of reasons. Could be medical that's happening, but And here's where a lot of guys get hung up. This is a sidebar, but where a lot of guys hung up and they're like, we're not having sex. My wife, she's got a sore coochie or whatever and blah, blah, blah. And I go, oh, cool. So is her mouth is her hand broken? Could you imagine walking up with a Lego hand trying to jack a guy off and just fucking, you can't, you Lego, you cannot jack, what do you think, this guy's got a Pringle can down there? Like there's no Lego hand's going to jerk anybody off, dude.
There's no
we need an opposable thumb around here, dude. All right. So most guys, they're like, yeah, that's a problem. I go, yeah, but if a woman really loves you, she's going to make sure that you're fucking jizzing.
You're fed. You're fucking fed.
You're fucking fed. So yeah, it's a fact. Now, here's what I think is really interesting. The topic of attraction is hardly ever really talked about in terms of marriage and relationships, and I don't know why. The topic of long-term attraction is almost heard nowhere. Mm-hmm. So is she no longer attractive? She's no longer leaning into you? Yes. I think what a guy doesn't understand is even if a guy is getting sex, because there's a lot of guys calls up like, hey man, we're having sex. It's just, God, I'm always on eggshells around her. She's critical. She's this, she's not. She's horny too, so we have to get the physical thing act out. But that's not what people are after. They want that soul sex. They want to feel connected. They want to feel loved. They want to feel appreciated. They want to feel seen. They want to feel these things. And so there's two groups of guys. There's a guy that's like hoping to get sex kind of back on track in their world. Then there's a guy that has sex and he wants to live the ultimate sexual experience within his marriage. These are two very different mindsets. The guy listens to us who's in a sex-starved situation, almost can't believe it's fucking possible to have regular sex and have your wife talking about, make sure you scrub off that slobber. Okay, they don't. That's not real. Mm-hmm. But a guy who's actually having it regularly, even though it's not the soul sex we're talking about, is starting to go, interesting. What do I have to do to create that? And that is the question you should be asking: is what do you do to create inside of her to say like the things like, dude, this guy deserves. Like if he wants to ask for something, I'm going to say yes. Mm-hmm. So that is all of that to simply say that, yes, it has to do, she's not attracted to you, but I think there's a way deeper thing going on here, as always.
Yeah.
And when you actually become really attractive and your wife does initiate at times, it's almost not so much about the initiation of sex. I've even told you that. I expect the ratios to be out. I'm a penetrator. I'm a pursuer. I am a pouncer, a hunter, a fisherman, but also like I'm going to go after what the fuck I want. Mm-hmm. And even when I was single, I didn't think, I'm going to walk in the door and they're going to be like, that's a drop dead handsome dude. They might think my body's pretty good because there's a lot of times I have had a good body. So I have never thought, does this person have to be physically attracted to me for me to have sex with her? That is actually not what goes through my brain.
Ooh, what goes through your brain?
I go, if I can talk to this girl for 30 seconds, she's going to wonder, who the fuck is this guy? Mm-hmm. Instant
attraction.
But it's not because I'm Brad Pitt.
Right.
There's not a lot of Brad Pitts out there. There's some good looking dudes, but some of the guys that have the biggest insecurities are some of the best looking dudes because they never had to develop a grounded personality in me. Here I am. Let me have a conversation with you and you're going to want to get naked. If that's where we want to go. If not, we're just going to have a regular conversation and we don't have to get naked. But there's an unattachment to the nakedness for a guy who really understands this, which, because he's unattached and there is no, I have to do this.
Yeah.
The woman starts to feel, every other motherfucker only wants that. But this guy don't seem to fucking care. Why? And then that's what causes real attraction. Mm-hmm. So this attractiveness thing, a lot of guys think that, I think the low-hanging fruit is go get in shape. Yep. Yes. And start to do some exercise on your brain. Start to do some exercise on your mind and watch what happens. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Number 5, people should not watch porn. Many couples watch it, but should they? Myth or fact? People should not watch porn. Myth or fact?
I think that's a myth.
Okay, tell me why.
I think that if you and your partner want to watch it together, if you feel like you need to once in a while, like I think it's okay. I think when it becomes a problem and that's all that you're doing, she won't satisfy you like the way you want it, and you go to porn, I don't think that's very good. But I don't think anything's like off the table with your relationship if that's what you guys want to do.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, could be fun. Like, there's some people who do porn who like it. It's not all like a negative thing. But if that's all you're doing and then you won't get a hard on for me, we have a huge problem.
Yeah. Why is that a problem?
Well, I should be the one making you the most excited. That should just be a fun extra thing on the side.
So you look at it like as more of a dessert and a snack on the side, not a main meal or an appetizer in the beginning.
I think a little appetizer is okay too.
Appetizer.
Yeah, exactly.
A little appetizer.
But it should definitely not get in the way.
Meaning?
Of our sex life. Like, say if we're doing it should not be the main thing.
Got it.
Then it becomes a problem.
Got it.
Tell me your thoughts.
Married people should not watch porn. I want to start with the word should. Is always an interesting word for me. So should or shouldn't, I don't know what they should or shouldn't do. What are the effects and the fruit of watching porn? Well, if you watch it every day, there's a really high likelihood you're going to have a hard time coming in real life. We've just seen that that's happened with guys. If you are, most guys have seen or will see 30 naked women in the span of 6 minutes watching porn.
Yeah.
For a very, 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 very long time in history, a dude wouldn't see 30 naked fucking boobies in 6 decades.
Yeah.
So it shifts the mind very, very much in what is available, what is out there, and what's actually happening. I don't have a dogmatic stance on it. I don't think that watching people have sex is new. I think they've been doing it forever. I think that this is a very open-ended discussion, and I think there's a lot of opinions around it. My personal opinion is if that couples want to watch porn, why not?
Yeah.
If the only way they can get off is by watching porn together, it appears that they've created a dependency on something outside of themselves. And I think that any dependency on anything outside of yourself to create happiness, horniness, or healthiness is just you now having something to lean on and depend on as opposed to standing strong within yourself. So do we eat brownies and mint chip ice cream every once in a while? Yeah. Do I make a steady diet of it? No. So I think I
love that one.
I'm kind of with the dessert thing for you.
Yeah.
And I could go a lot of different directions. I could become a monk that never watches porn ever. There's a piece of my brain that can go there and would feel like I'm doing myself more good than harm by not missing it. And here's what I would encourage people to do. Whoever is watching, if you're watching this and you watch porn, you guys do watch porn, you don't. For me personally, I go through seasons where I will not watch it. I'm just not gonna watch it.
And can I say I like that. Not that I mind you watching porn here and there, but I like your ravishing energy about me. So it does feel better. But you get to choose whatever you do in your relationship. And if you guys choose not to, then you choose not to. And that's fine too. And your energy around it is like so fun. But to watch it together here or there is fun too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might lie back in the same thing of, is watching porn bad? I don't know. What are you doing it for? Is smoking a cigar bad? I don't know. Why are you doing it? Is marijuana bad? I don't know. Why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? It's just fun. We get off together. Fucking cool.
Having a drink once in a while is fun, but not every day.
Yeah. Why? I think the question is more like, why are you doing it? So I'll go through times where I'd be like, I'm not going to look at anything pornographic for 30 days. Why? Well, I'm not dependent on any outside stimulus for fucking anything. There are times where I go, no gummies.
Yeah.
There are times where I go, lots of gummies.
Yeah.
There's times where I go, no alcohol. There's times where it's the season of, I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I now become dependent upon this person or thing for a feeling, because now I've given away my autonomy. Mm-hmm. I've given away my sovereignty, and now I'm leaning on something else to make me happy, and I'm not fucking cool with that.
You've even been 5 days with no food. That's how extreme and aware you are of what you're doing and all the intention you're putting in it.
Yeah, and most men can't like make a decision to just stick with it and say, this is what I'm doing. I have all the
keeping your word. That's a big deal.
Yeah. It's easy to just go knock one out. Oh, I feel horny. But what can happen, what I've noticed with guys with porn, and even I've done this at times, where it's like, oh, I'm horny, I'm just going to knock one out. And what happens is you don't get to sit with the horniness, and you don't get to sit with the hunger. I love. Our routine right now is sex every other day, and I might even push it to one more day for one reason. I want to be hungry as fuck, dude. I want to go. I want to kick that door down of your bedroom and be like, listen up.
Your thing comes in first.
Yeah, remember I did that the other day. That's funny.
Hello.
Yeah, so it's
fun to be hungry.
It's fun to be hungry. Steak always tastes better when you're hungry. So I think there's a lot of discipline and passion control and lust control that a lot of men do not have. And I want to say this, if there's any like younger listeners, maybe 30 and below, you have grown up in a generation where this stuff is really, really easily accessible. If you have a fucking phone and internet connection, you can go see as many naked women as you can possibly want. Here's what I'm going to tell you about some myths about porn that they don't want you to know. They are going to tell you that it is all fake. That is a myth. Those women that you see in there gobbling up those cocks and begging for to get railed and having a great old time, guess what? Women do act like that. They do want to get fucked. I'm not saying every person on there is real. There are probably some actors, of course. But what they are portraying actually happens in real life. Women release their freak. Women devour and go after what they want. Women lose their shit in the moment and are able to express themselves in total pleasure and total ecstasy. That is real. I was told that's not real. No woman's like that. Only skanky hoes on the fucking porn place do that. And I'm just here to tell you, who's probably interviewed a lot more naked women than you have after having sex with them, that guess what? They like it. And they want to be there. Who the fuck wouldn't want to lose themselves in ecstasy and lose themselves in pleasure, especially a tiny little lady with some big fucking strong ass dude? That is like the ultimate like fantasy. If you don't believe it, go read some literotica, dum-dum, and go see who the fuck the guy is that comes in and starts ravishing them. That's the reality of the situation. So you might look at porn and go, I can't look at that because that's not real. And I'm here to tell you that women actually act like that. I won't go with the exact number of how many women I've been because I don't even fucking know. But I can tell you the percentage of them is about 90 to 95% of them acted just like the fucking movies.
You would know. If
you're a younger guy and you're like, I don't really know what's real, I'm just telling you. Oh, and by the way, I've dated and been with some incredibly beautiful porn stars that are incredible human beings. And rather than go work in an office, they said, I could literally go make all this kind of dough. And that was before OnlyFans. You know, there's girls on OnlyFans making $3, $4, $5 million a month.
Denise Richards is on there.
Doing, but just bikini stuff, right? Or is she getting
I don't
railed?
know. I have never subscribed. But what I'm saying, I watch her show and she talks about her OnlyFans all the time, she's making a couple million a month or more or something around there.
Oh, then she is definitely sucking dick on those videos. Oh, we got to find out.
Or she's just that famous, so I have no idea.
We got to find out, and we got to get her on the show and ask her what it's all about.
She probably would do it. She's a little horny freak.
See? All right. So, people should not watch porn. You gonna throw it?
Yeah.
Perfect. Don't be a fool. Wrap your tool. This segment is sponsored by Bareback Condoms. No, I'm just kidding. Interesting topics. There's a lot of myths that a lot of men believe about certain things. Hopefully we're able to set them straight. And we are probably certain you disagree with some. And if that's the case, that's okay. All we care about, truly, in this show is modeling what a man and a woman actually talk like, who are really in love and who experience stuff and are willing to talk about it. And secondly, to help you go get whatever it is that you want. And a lot of you guys are afraid to admit what you want because A, you're afraid that your wife won't give it to you, and B, you're afraid society will shame you for going after it. But I can tell you, we hit the street, we went to Newport Beach, and we interviewed people from a lot of different cultures, and marriage, the marriage construct, and male and female desires and or roles are so different from culture to culture to culture. And I think that's a hard thing. America has been like the number one entertainment, Hollywood. Like, we have basically portrayed to the world what we think everything is. And a lot of countries have bought up the American culture. But that is not the only way to live. In fact, it's kind of a shallow way to live in a lot of respects. And it doesn't do a lot of the reflection of who am I as a human. Our society is more of how can I get ahead and how can I get famous? How can people know me? How can I become important? How can I get rich? How can I do all these things? And that tends to lead a person to not do the inner work to go, but how do I make myself happy and fulfilled, regardless of them, or any of these people like me? And I think that's where the real deep work comes in. And that's why I want to talk to you guys who are a little younger. The bottom line for you is, dude, just chase becoming a high quality man. Chase getting your body in the right spot so that a woman would look at you and go, I want to fuck that. Get your bank account and your business to a point where you are you're doing what you love, and you're being able to create a lifestyle that you love and that somebody else would be attracted to, so that your wife's not wondering, I wonder if he's going to make money this month. I don't know. That shit's lame. Get those two things as on point as you possibly can and start touching to the heart of the matter. Why are you so needy? Why are you so desperate? Why are you so clingy? Why do you need so much affection? Why do you need all these things? Why do you have to succeed? A lot of this is just a fucking response to trauma, trying to become somebody that gets accepted. And I think that's ultimately what people are trying to do, get accepted. So if you're trying to get more accepted within your marriage, first of all, you got to accept yourself. And that is, you're going to have to expose yourself to the truth that will shift and show you things that maybe you're not really ready for yet, or maybe you are. Bottom line is, if you go to marriedgame.com, you'll have a conversation between Jesse and I about exactly what I did wrong, why she went away, what we had to do to turn it around to actually want her to come back and be with me. That can happen for you, whether you're trying to get the sex back or the ex back. You got to get your ball sack and your backbone back. So that's what we do at marriedgame.com. Help men become men again, so that way their woman goes, I'm with that guy, and if he asks for a little bit of a dick sucking, a boy's getting it. With that being said, keep crushing it, because that shit is contagious.